Squirrels and Robots, episode 107. Thank you, Joe, for the tip this week. Much appreciated. And thank you, everyone, helping out on Twitch and Patreon and YouTube, but not YouTube itself. Yeah. This week has been fairly slow as far as non-political news goes. Everyone is still reeling over the Microsoft Blizzard acquisition. The news has been so slow, in fact, that the only news really to speak of is the Batman movie runtime has been revealed. Yes, a movie's runtime is apparently the most important thing going on in the world right now. Well, I mean, there's the chip shortage and the usual politics, right? But apparently, even the chip shortage is now somehow political. I mean, that's all just supply chains and whatnot. Which is messed up due to people getting sick. Which is somehow politicals. And let's see, in this week's Who Died bingo card, the voice actor for Charlie Brown, Peter Robbins, passed away. Good grief. How? Apparently he discontinued himself. Oh, I hate when people discontinue themselves. You get all invested and before you know it, sorry, the item you're looking for is no longer in stock. And that makes me sad. Yeah, I think people know what we mean by that, but, using the S word now is apparently, really bad to do in media these days. The S word? Like sandwiches? You can't use the word sandwiches anymore? Oh, the Subway's gonna have a tough time of it. Yeah, that's another thing that's been creeping up on platforms. Apparently discussing someone discontinuing themselves, using the traditional words, for end-of-cycle practices, is now somehow deemed an issue amongst various platforms, which is rather odd, because in order to address issues such as emotional brain feel health, or a series being canceled by the owner, one would think it would be better to talk about these things openly, using popular colloquialisms rather than using bizarre euphemisms such as they canceled their subscription to Life magazine, or their Lifetime movie deal fell through, or they decided not to renew their life insurance for another year. Yeah, that all seems rather silly, Why does the world claim to want a free exchange of ideas, yet does not want people to talk about those ideas? It's like everyone wanting more inclusion, but making their own groups that exclude others. Yeah, we're pretty much at hypocritical state of humanity. Yeah, it's a rather dismal display of grey matter usage, isn't it? Sorry, folks. Humanity has become increasingly awful, and it's not my fault, okay? I tried, year after year, doling out squirrely logic to a mostly deaf society whose apparent egotistical perspective on life has left no room for improvement, because, they already know everything and are always right, all the time. So, whatever. Perhaps I'll think recognizing that the state of the world isn't your fault is a good way to move forward, I mean, honestly, I think you take the state of the human race a bit too seriously. Well, yeah, if people have to deal with people every day, wouldn't it be in everyone's best interest to be the best person they can be, rather than some nitpicky Karen demanding the world change for them? I would agree with that. And here's the thing. If everyone is expecting everything to change to their views, there's going to be some serious conflicts there, because we all have different visions of what should be the right way to do things. Agreed. Personally, I find approaching things logically and politely the best approach. But other people... Wait, Knight! When are you ever polite? Well, look, I'm talking IRL, alright? Generally, I don't go around yelling at people calling them morons. I keep that stuff in my head, okay? I usually attempt to reason with people first and don't get irritable with them until they have thoroughly displayed their human ignorance and inability to grow. Then it's all squirrely wrath. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even wasting my time on that anymore. Now, honestly, I just walk away. No explanations, I don't look back, nothing. Okay? Because no matter how you try to explain to someone that they're wrong, or what they've been doing is rude or inconsiderate, they'll just become combative, belligerent, and inevitably violent. So, why bother? I've already read them, I know the story, I know how it ends, and I don't want to watch it again. My time is too valuable to waste on schmucks. That goes double for internet etiquette. There really is no internet etiquette, as it were.
Internet etiquette died in 2001.
Yeah, again, trying to reason with toxic people on the internet is a fruitless endeavor at this point. People don't want to converse, they just want to shout at you to make themselves feel superior. So, inevitably, all you can do is block or mute those putrid individuals in your feed. So, I mean, what's the point of any of it?
Question. With this in mind, is there really a place for your squirrely logic in a digital landscape that seems to be an individualized echo chamber for each human's ego?
You know what? Who knows? I generally feel the last 5 years have been an uphill struggle to reach anyone on the internet willing to listen. And unfortunately, a lot of people just argue with the logic rather than, weigh its validity and or accept it. And hey, if I'm wrong about something, that's fine. I don't have an ego to bruise, alright? So I'd rather learn something correctly and admit I'm wrong, rather than hold on to some flawed concept for the sake of my own ego. The whole point is to learn and grow, okay? Also, hey, telling me I'm wrong with some clickbait article riddled with questionable facts or sources, kinda not gonna buy into that, okay? I've seen a bit more of that in recent years too. A lot of people citing questionable sources in order to contradict a viewpoint not in line with their own. Yeah, and you can't even tell people that using YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for news does not constitute valid sources, as most people believe whatever their favorite YouTuber or podcaster seem to say, because, alternative news is where the truth is. Gotta tell ya, most YouTubers are too busy making things up for clickbait to worry about truth. They don't care about truth. They want the views, the hits, the likes, the subscribes. And when they're wrong, they just backtrack and say, well, at the moment it was a fluid situation and all the facts weren't released. Why report on a topic when you don't have all the facts? The only fluid situation going on is the rampant diarrhea flowing out of your mouth. Shut up. There's actually a really good chart on the internet, right? Listing the least biased and most reliable news source in the sites. So maybe listeners could have a look at that and verify that chart with, some more credible sources and perhaps use one of them as an outlet for their news. Yeah, and for folks who are lazy, and when it comes to knowledge, you shouldn't be, according to recent independent studies, the least biased or skewed news media outlets are, allegedly, Associated Press, Bloomberg, and Reuters. These are supposedly news outlets who generally stay in the middle when reporting news. Allegedly. But, again, don't trust me. Look into it yourself. And if you find something else, let me know. But just be warned, I'm going to verify what you post as well. I only get the news for the funnies. Yeah, pretty much the only intellectual part of the newspaper these days. Little comic strips. Again, everyone, figure it out for yourself, right? I've done my part. Well, what other news is happening then? Crisis 4 got a trailer, which is 50 seconds of nothing, and a bunch of memes asking if it can run Crisis 4. But can Crisis run Crisis? That's not how it works, mate. Yeah, other than that, aside from celebrities dying left and right, such as Meatloaf, Louis Anderson, Bob Saget, and the voice of Charlie Brown, non-political news has been so bereft of actual content that media grabbed on to, again, the runtime for the new Batman film. How is that even news? Yeah, with everything going on in the world, apparently the runtime for a Batman movie is just so important. It's been clickbait after clickbait with this crap. Is the Batman really this long? How long is the new Batman movie? Find out. Can an audience handle this much Batman? Runtime revealed. Holy hell. Yo, what a bunch of clowns. A runtime. The length of a movie has now been turned into clickbait. Give me a break. I think, the people who make the clickbait would say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Without the players, there is no game. So the players are culpable in perpetuating an anxiety-filled news cycle and a fear of missing out mentality. So yeah, I can hate the player. End the game. They are the ones who have the ability to either not participate or make the game better. Oh look, here's another one. What we know about the Batman so far. I want pizza donuts. I'm not going to even tell folks about the runtime because, honestly, if there's a movie people want to see, why would I even spoil that little bit of information for anyone? Like, who wants to go into a movie knowing how long it is? They're just going to be sitting there looking at their watch saying, the end is coming up. Just let the movie happen. Well, some people have to time out their bathroom breaks. Well, I'm kind of assuming people aren't going to the theaters right now and that they're going to stay home and watch it. People doing the logical thing. It's really sad because you still have hope that they will. It's terrible. That hope is kind of waning real fast. Gotta tell you, after this BS is over with in the world, I think we're all gonna have a new disdain for the selfishness of society. Okay? Also, there has been an anti-work movement in the States. Seems a lot of people don't want to work. No one likes to work. Yeah, well, people would work if they were being paid fairly. Why bust your ass when there's nothing to gain? Give workers incentive and they'll work. Other than that, hey, I don't blame them. However, don't put more of a strain on the system. If you can work. We do. Because I gotta tell you, when all this crap settles, your resume is gonna look pretty terrible with a 3-year gap of no employment with the reason didn't feel like it. Well, I would make up my own job at that point, like tell your next job, state of the world, employment was kind of jank and, so you did Etsy and eBay for supplemental income and that show that you can, handle inventory and customer service and, not be a leech on the system, that kind of thing. Fair enough. Hey, trust me, Etsy, eBay, you got stuff you gotta sell to make money, do it. It is something. It is something. Okay, because the way the system is set up now, fine. There are a lot of people that abuse that unemployment thing and all that other crap. Completely different topic. But there are people who need it, really need it. Like, they're looking for old macaroni on the floor to cook on a hot plate. Kind of need it, okay? Don't take those resources away from somebody else. Times are tough everywhere. Trust me, I know that. So, cut corners where you can. And if you need money and you need to get a job, make up your own. Go to thrift stores. Start trying to find items you can resell. You got old games lying around you need to get rid of. eBay. All that crap. If you're an artist, Etsy, etc., etc. You literally have the entire planet at your fingertips. All you need is the motivation, okay? So then when the dust settles, all right, and it will, because I know a lot of people are like, when is this going to end? It will. Keep in mind, past generations had to go through, like, depressions and wars and all that stuff, and they went on for years. A lot longer than this. So, come on. Hold on a little bit longer. You need something to occupy your mind. Giving yourself a job and decluttering, some of your crap by selling it on eBay or whatever. That's going to be really good for you, especially mentally, because it now gives you a purpose and a reason to do stuff throughout the day. Get rid of the stuff. Get rid of it. There's old crap lying around in everybody's house. Get rid of it. Oh, yeah, and here's the thing. Speaking of, like, resources being strained, if your store is out of something because of supply chains or whatever, it is not the worker's fault. Talk to your local politicians about it or someone who actually has the power to do something. Don't yell at the person cooking the burgers when there's no burgers. They cook the meat, they don't make it, they don't ship it. It's not their fault. They're working, they don't get paid nearly enough as they should to put up with your crap. Just be like, man, that sucks, and order something else. Get something else. If they don't have an item you need, like a desk or a table, whatever, there's nothing you can do. Yelling at them isn't going to manifest the product, meal, or whatever it is you need, okay? You gotta be a little bit more flexible out there. Just a little bit. Yeah, be nice, you poop bottoms. No one wants your underwear breath in their faces when you're yelling at them. It's sadness. Oh, God. Yeah, this podcast was a little jank, and, because news is just, it's awful, man. Like, I keep going through it to try to bring something to this podcast, but, it's all doom and gloom and everything, and this, and then, like, a runtime for a movie isn't something I'm gonna bring to the table to regurgitate. Oh, guess what, everyone? Batman. Who cares? So apologies if this podcast is a little jank. I think we're all fed up, myself included. I've been trying to catch up on anime. I started watching, High School Girl, and, it's kind of cute, I guess. And then also a bit of, Little Witch Academia, which was it's alright, I guess, I don't want to talk about anime, alright? So, yeah, just everybody hold it together. Keep pressing forward, because, Yeah, well, what? You know what? Here's the thing. All right, let me put it in terms of service safe terms. Oh, okay. I want everyone to renew their subscriptions to Life magazine. Yeah, don't cancel subscriptions. Those are super important. Because then, what are you going to read on the toilet? How come you Americans don't say loo? Why would we? Oh, I don't know. It sounds better than toilet, doesn't it? It's like it literally has the word toil in there. Like you're sitting there straining, just toiling away, and then you let it go, and then, you flush it. It just sounds, loo is like, loo, In lieu of crapping myself, I'll use the bathroom, Oh, God. All right, everyone, we're leaving. I'm just saying, some American words are weird. Everybody, thanks for the support. Go do something fun for yourself. I don't know, get some candy. I don't know, get a muffin. Learn how to make muffins. That's the thing. If you're bored out of your freaking mind, learn how to make muffins. And if your store doesn't have the ingredients you need, learn how to make something else, And then you can start your own YouTube channel. This is what was available cooking. and make up a recipe with the ingredients you have. I know there are some very creative cooking people out there that, know what all these ingredients can do when you put them together. Make something new. Make something new. Worst case scenario, if you have a dog, they get to eat the leftovers. Beautiful. I'll eat anything. Yes, I can vouch for that. Yeah, later. Everyone, be well, stay smart. Go!